What it do, Wizards fam? You're listening to the Urban Sports Scene. I'm Wole, and we're going to talk. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm kind of excited because we're going to have a great guest to talk about AJ Dybantsa's NBA Summer League debut. Before we bring in my cool guest, we gotta knock out some logistics. Hey, check out our website, which is www.urbansportscene.com. You can subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, and other podcast platforms. Just search the Urban Sports Scene. Make sure you subscribe to the Urban Sports Scene YouTube channel. If you're in the YouTube chat, we accept super chats. Super chats help us support our show. The super chats will be prioritized over all comments in the chat. Don't forget to tweet us at Urban Sports Scene. Hit us up on IG and TikTok at Urban Sports Scene, and like our Urban Sports Scene Facebook page. You can also join our Urban Sports Scene Facebook group. Just search Urban Sports Scene, sports bloggers, sports podcasters, and sports debates. All right, let's get in charge edition, the pregame. Here's what we have on tap. Founder of Double Take Sports and all right, I got a text. Oh, something happened. Founder of Double Take Sports and Wizards reporter Carita Parks will join me live from Vegas to talk about AJ Dybantsa's 27-point performance in his NBA Summer League debut against Darryn Peterson and the Utah Jazz. All right, let me not waste any time. Let's introduce the superstar of the game, Miss Carita Parks. What's going on, Carita?
Hey, what's up?
What's going on? First off, how are you, man? How is Summer League?
Man, it has been really good, but let me tell you, it was off to the races. It's been nonstop, but a really good time, enjoying it out here in Vegas. And Summer League just has a different vibe because you see a lot of the players and everybody relaxed. It reminds me of like an AAU tournament, not the talent.
I know what you mean, though.
But just the vibes.
Yeah, because you have like people from every different team, every different representative. It's kind of, I agree. It does have that vibe.
Yeah, it does. So, all
right, well, I want to ask you, because I mean, before we talk about the Wizards, I just heard of Bam just punched Bam and Tyler Hero got into it. Were you around for that? I know you had to rush and do this show, but we were. All right.
They said it was at a practice, like a practice court.
Okay.
So which practice court? The different players are at different hotels for their practices. But I said it was Tyler Hero's fault. I just know.
I know it was his fault. I know.
The reason is because I was like, Amen Thompson flipped him upside down. He seems to be the common denominator in these issues. But then the more I read about it, they said Tyler Hero was talking slick about Bam on social media, and Bam presented him. I see. That's why you gotta be careful with social media, because some people really about that life.
You ain't lying, so you caught me on guard with that one. Yeah, you gotta be careful on social media. Oh man, that was a good one, Joe. I ain't gonna hold you. That was a good one.
Unless you can back it up if somebody decided to pull up.
Yeah, you caught me on guard with that. I'm sorry. Hey, Cam said. Wyndham haters at today when they said Wizards drafted the wrong guy. We gonna get to that, Cam. We gonna get into that game, but
people really say that?
Huh? Oh yeah, no. They were talking as soon as Peterson had those games in Summer League. They were the folks out there talking about they got the wrong one, this, that, and the other. But since Cam brought us there, let's go right into it. The Wizards defeated the Jazz 92-88. We all saw it on TV, man. He looked impressive, but. What stood out most to you about AJ and his performance for folks who weren't there live and were just watching on TV? Like, what stood out to you?
So for Summer League, that was the marquee game, right? That's what everyone was there for. You had all kinds of players in the building. It was packed with fans, and I think I say all that to say what stood out to me is he met the moment. And I think that was one of the questions with any Summer League game, because sometimes you have guys that get drafted that can't meet the moment in Summer League. It doesn't mean that's how their season pans out, because some people don't have a strong Summer League, but end up working it out as time goes on. But I feel like AJ showed why he was the number one pick.
Okay.
It wasn't perfect, and he'll say that himself. He thought some of his shots were off, and he was a little rusty, so to speak, is how he kind of felt. But 27 points, and you're a little rusty, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Right? So it really stood out to me that he met the moment and he was comfortable, like he was in his zone. And you saw as the game went on how he got more comfortable, and you could see after that, I think it was the first quarter or the second quarter, I can't remember.
Yeah.
He had that dunk.
The
Wizards bench got on their feet. The fans were cheering. I tweeted this. Paul Pierce was sitting in front of me. He was like, that's all I came to see. I can go now. And then go. So, it was good. It was good energy. And I believe he showed that the Wizards got the pick right.
I agree. I thought they got the pick right myself. It was funny how again people got really into and I said this Peterson is nice. He had good games.
He had good games, and that was one of the questions to the coach prior to the summer league game. Josh Robbins from The Athletic basically asked him, is there any concern about the Jazz having so many more reps than the Wizards did going into that game? And he basically said no. And he was right. The whole team at the moment, but like I said, AJ showed that he has a lot of potential. I mean, just think about it. He hasn't even scratched the surface.
No, he hasn't. And to your point, he wasn't on fire. He was off in terms of his three ball, but he was short, but he just fit the part, man. He really did. He looked the part. I was impressed. I mean, I felt validated. You know what I mean? I was looking on Twitter for all the people who were like, oh, the wrong one. They drafted the wrong one. If we're going to go off Summer League, and I don't go off Summer League, to be real with you. I don't typically go off of it because I just feel like
agreed. Yeah.
It's Summer League. If a player plays well, you can't go that hard at it. And if a player plays bad, you can't go that tough on it. You know what I mean? Like we saw Alex Sarr, and look how Alex Sarr looks now. You know what I mean? He didn't have the great Summer League. You know what I'm saying? So I remember I'll even date myself. I remember Kwame Brown's Summer League was like that, and see how that played out. So I'm just telling folks, like, Summer League ain't always the end all be all in terms of what a player is, but you can get a look at what their potential is, though. You know what I'm saying? So I look at we're going to go off of, Peterson versus AJ. I mean, AJ outplayed Peterson, you know what I mean? In that Summer League. So people can't use that narrative, like for right now, right? That narrative that they got the wrong person. Because again, I've said this, AJ has been one of the top players in his class for a long time. And that's including Cooper Flag.
I could tell you for how long, because when I asked General Manager Will Dawkins when he knew AJ was their guy, he basically was like, there wasn't this moment. He was saying that they had been following AJ since he was 15 years old. He had been at the top of his class since he was 15. Yes. So,
that's why I'm like, y'all can keep trying to point a narrative. He's been this dude for that long. George says Jazz making excuses already. Oh, they try too hard on defense. Yeah, I wanted you to talk about Watkins I guess in terms of Darryn Peterson, Watkins took on the challenge, right?
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, because after the game, well, okay, I'll let me say two things.
Okay.
Before the game, I asked the Wizards Summer League coach TJ Sorensen what he's looking for out of these games, and his biggest point of emphasis was defense. He was like, I want the defense, the physicality, like we want all of that. So after the game, when he was asked to basically assess how they performed, he talked about he was pleased with their physicality, but he mentioned Jameer. I think Jameer had like 9 fouls. He was like, he had 9 fouls, but he set the tone defensively. And I talked to Jameer. I had a one-on-one with Jameer, and Jameer said one of the areas he wanted to continue to improve on was his defense. So he definitely, like you said, took on the challenge. We didn't talk about him defending Peterson necessarily. We talked about his defense as a whole, but I think it goes to show that his mentality was, I'm going to go out there and defend in all of these games. So yeah, he had a lot of fouls, but he was up for the challenge.
No, he definitely was. George said the refs were a little crazy with the foul calls on Watkins. I thought so too. Some of the fouls, I thought like he wasn't fouling that much. But I will get to, and also on the flip side, and as an AJ supporter, AJ was getting some calls as well. So I think, to be fair, both players were getting calls, and deservingly so. You got the 1 and 2 picks of the draft. The notoriety is there. You know what I mean? So, but I do. So, what was AJ's vibe after the game though? Like you talk about, like, yeah, he felt like he missed some shots he thought he would make, and the rust was there. But what was his vibe after? Was he excited? Did he feel like he just kind of outplayed Peterson? Because that was the storyline. Like, what was his vibe?
Well, he didn't really go there, about like outplaying anybody.
Yeah.
But AJ has this very even-keeled type personality. You could tell. Obviously, it's a relief after the game is over, like all that anticipation. So you could definitely tell there was like that sense of relief because the game was over. But he's even killed. He didn't get too high, but he wasn't too low. He pointed out that he missed some shots and things of that nature. But he felt like he had a solid game. And he said he played all right. And I posted yesterday, I'm like, if you got 27 points and I think it was 7 rebounds and you feel solid and all right, I'm like, that's a dog right there, because he wants to. It's very clear he wants to get better. But his vibe was good after the game, though. He had like a lot of interviews on ESPN too, but he didn't really talk about outplaying anybody. He just mostly focused on his performance and what he's going to gain from this experience.
But on the flip side, not even that. Then from his teammates, what was his teammates' vibe about them two, like what they saw out of AJ?
We only talked to Tre. Yeah. And so Tre was pretty much, he was like, it was good to see AJ like come to life. But, they already joking on each other because Tre was like, he missed a lot of layups in practice. So it was good to see that dunk, So I do think that AJ mentioned he had been missing a lot of layups in practice. He said he was overthinking. So he felt like going out on the court and doing his thing kind of probably helped him. It's going to help him going forward because it was good for him to see his shots fall and things like that.
He was missing layups. Yeah. He doesn't look like that. That's crazy because in them games, he was making some tough layups. I was like sitting there and was like, bruh, you are.
I didn't know he was missing layups in practice, but he mentioned it. And so did Tre Johnson. He was just like joking about it. But also when it comes to Tre, AJ was saying that Tre was in the huddle, like talking to him. And Tre said he told AJ, you got to close this out.
I like that. Yeah. All right, speaking of Tre Johnson, this is one of my favorite players. Anybody who knows me knows that he is one of my favorite players on this team.
I think he's right there.
I think he should be a starter. I don't care what anybody tells me. I know people may like other players. I think he's a starter. I think he's better than a lot of the players that some people want to mention. He's a hooper. Just talk about, he had 26, an efficient 26. I think it was 11 for 20. He showed a lot. It looked like he had some size to him. But you covered him his rookie year. And you see him now in summer league. Do you see a difference in Tre?
I feel like Tre Johnson's a player who's never necessarily lacked confidence. Even in his rookie year, I've never felt like he lacked confidence at all. And I think what I've seen as far as just the difference is he looked more comfortable, and I don't think he looked uncomfortable last season, but you could just tell he's coming more into himself. He probably now, second year, the pace of the game has probably caught up. He just looked comfortable out there to me, like he was being himself. And not to say that he wasn't last year, but it just stood out to me. He was running the offense efficiently. And because I was sitting baseline, I could hear him communicating the whole game, communicating his teammates, telling them what he wanted from them, where he wanted them to go. And I didn't, I'm not in the huddle, but to hear AJ, he was communicating in the huddle. if I were to say there was a difference, I think it's him being more vocal.
Gotcha.
And he said that the team wants him to be more of a leader. He feels like he's always been a leader, but the team wants him to be more of a leader. And he said he felt like Summer League was a good opportunity for him to show that.
And remind me, because I've heard the stories about Tre about being like a gym rat, like a guy who just eats, sleeps, and drinks basketball. Did you see, does that come from like when he's talking about being a leader? Like, do you feel like that's part of it? Because it does seem like he's all basketball. He's all into basketball. To a point, and maybe you can remind me, I know you spoke when he was on this team to CJ McCullough, he said he need to find an even balance with that. But still, like, but yeah, can you just talk about, does that play a part in terms of his leadership mentality?
The fact that he sleeps
and dreams basketball.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think so, because if somebody like Tre, who's all he says he wants to do is play basketball, like people were like, "Do you have hobbies?" He's like, "No, I just, his hobby is playing basketball." That's why CJ was like, he's gonna have to find like an outlet besides basketball. But I just think he's a player who's constantly looking to get better, because that is his mentality. So whether it's being a leader on the court, whether it's his game, he's just looking to get better.
Yeah, that's why I like him so much. I know,
Right.
like, I just think he's all about, and you can see it within his offense. There's a lot of people that talk about his defense. Did you see any problems with his defense in the game? Did you see any issues with his defense?
I didn't see any issues with his defense in the game.
Yeah, in the summer league game. Yeah. Did you?
I probably would need to watch it more closely. Yeah. In that particular game, I was watching a lot, but I didn't pick up on any issues with his defense. But that'll be actually something that I watch closer in the second game.
No, I don't really have an issue with his defense. I know a lot of folks like that's what for me, that's the thing. That's the thing that people, when I talk about Tre Johnson being a starter, that's always the pushback I get from others. Well, he doesn't play good defense. And I'm like,
well, I mean, I don't recall. Obviously, in drafting players, like, you want all your players to play good defense, but I don't recall Will Dawkins ever saying the defense was what they drafted Tre Johnson for. Like, some players they draft and they're looking for them to develop into better two-way players, or like, for example, Felix Akpara, they drafted him for his defense, know.
No, I'm
with Tre, if I recall, Will Dawkins was like, he's a scorer.
Thorough. I totally agree with you. Yes.
Obviously, you don't want him to be trash on defense, which I don't think he's trash on defense.
I don't think he's trash on defense either.
But I don't believe that the Wizards are looking for Tre to be a standout defensive player. They drafted Tre for his offense.
You pretty much said my point for me, and I appreciate you. That's pretty much what I wanted. I said, yeah, that's what I wanted. I just wanted folks to just you got to listen to Carita basically saying the same thing. Like, Tre Johnson is there to score the basketball.
Yes.
And it's the same for folks out there who are trying to nitpick. I'm just saying he's an elite. He has the potential to be an elite caliber scorer. I think you saw that in summer league last night. Again, 26 points. I think in some weird limited minutes. Again, at 24-11. I know it's summer league, and I'm gonna be real. I said I'm gonna be fair in how I assess summer league. Especially when you're a second-year player, you're supposed to dominate summer league. If you got talent like that, you're supposed to be dominating in the Young Bucks. But I think you can see the ability of Tre Johnson, like the shot-making ability. That's something that he has. I've said it, like I said it before, and I'm gonna give credit to a person who comes on who is in the chat every once in a while, Paul. Because I remember when they drafted him, I was like, he was talking about Tre Johnson before. I was like, who's Tre Johnson? Like, I don't care. Like, who is this kid? Then I had to do a show. And I had to like break down draft picks. And I looked at him and I was like, oh, okay. I see it. Then when I went to Wizards games and got to see him play like in person, I was like, yeah, he nice. Like, he nice. So I just hope that, he gets the opportunity to fulfill all of his potential here in DC. Because I just feel like the Wizards got so many young talented players. They do. And I'm gonna give them, they do have so many young talented players, and everybody has a role. I don't know, like, is his does the end of his story really rock here in DC, or does it go elsewhere? Because I just think he is so talented, and the Wizards got so much talent, and he's a guy that's going to need the ball in his hand to do what he needs to do. But you got AJ, so sorry, sir, that's not going to happen. You're going to have the ball in your hand like that. And so, but he is a hell of an offensive player, and I just love everything about him. I hope that he gets his opportunity to shine here, because I just think that wherever after his first 4 years in the league, that first contract, I think after that you're going to see him really be something special. Personally, that's what I really believe it. So I'm going to ask you. So after speaking to the people around, you were there. You saw there's a lot of folks in Summer League, a lot of big wigs, a lot of basketball. I mean, a lot of big wigs. I'm talking about in the basketball world. What was for you? What was the biggest storyline from fans? Some of the former players, some of the players about the Wizards in Summer League. What were like, oh, yo, this team is like, what were they saying? What was the word?
It was basically how you saw every single Wizards player at that game last night. That was one of the biggest storylines that came out of that game, because it's like, yo, this team is bought in. And then you have AJ on the floor doing what he did, and everybody's like, oh yeah, because I think everybody wanted to see, is he going to show up? Is he going to be as advertised? And to your point, it is just Summer League. But you got guys out there who are fighting for contracts and trying to make the team. So it's not the competition you're going to have in regular season games, but it's still a competitive environment. And we talked about this yesterday, I think. Like Johnny Davis, he didn't have
Johnny Davis
Summer League showing, and it's like he never got started. And I think with AJ, you have to just look at, for me, it's the points, yes, but also just looking at his demeanor, and is he comfortable? Does he look confident? Like all of those things too, right? So you have AJ on the floor shining, and then you have all the Wizards players there, even the vets they just signed. DeAndre Ayton was there. I have seen
AD. That's just wild. What's crazy? I not see.
He was at practice yesterday. Every time I see him, he is smiling, laughing, joking. So I know there's been a lot of talk on the internet. Does he want to be here? And I don't feel like it's fake laughing, smiling, and joking. Like he is really comfortable with these people. And so you had AD. Chris Middleton was there. And then you got Alex Sarr, Bilal, Cam Whitmore. I mean, everybody pulled up. And everyone noticed. Like, okay, this team might really be on to something.
They're together. They're like together right now. Which is wild. That's good.
Everyone's bought in. The vibes are high. Like the vibes are the highest since I've been covering the Wizards in 2019. Obviously, I wasn't here for the peak John Wall days. But I think it's still different because it's a different culture. Michael Winger and Will Dawkins have done a phenomenal job turning this culture around little by little. And so it's just like a whole different culture, the energy. It just really feels like things are starting to fall into place for the Wizards. And I believe everyone saw that, and everyone definitely noticed that every single player was on that sideline.
I was surprised, not like certain, like I expected the young dudes to be there. Like that doesn't surprise me. But AD being there did surprise me. I'm not gonna lie to you. That surprised me. I was like, and not even because honestly, and it's not even because of the trade stuff, to be real with you. It was like, oh, yeah, like you maybe really be bought in. You all the way bought in. Like not he could have said, say again, Carita. I'm sorry.
He's been highly visible.
That's what I'm saying. Like it looked like he's really bought into whatever they agreed to, whatever it is that they're agreeing to. Because from watching him, I was like, no, he's not. This is not for show. He out there. He's definitely out there.
Yeah, and I was surprised because it's hard, I think, in the off season to get every single person there. But if if people watch my one-on-one, it's on Double Take Sports YouTube.
Please, yeah, there you go.
There's also an article on doubletakesports.com.
No,
if you watch my one-on-one, I asked Will Dawkins what's next for the team. And we talked about Summer League. And he said in that interview, his goal was to get everybody out to Summer League because he feels like it's a good opportunity for everyone to bond and build chemistry. And so, I mean, everyone was there. It was really great to see. I mean, they were laughing, joking, just. I was actually more surprised to see DeAndre Ayton only because he just, you know. And so, yeah, it was great. So that was a huge storyline, and I mean, it was everywhere. Like, oh, the whole Wizard squad pulled up, and then when you pan down, you see the mix of veterans and these really talented young players. Tre Young talked about that today in his press conference. He was like, you know, we got a good balance of vets and a good balance of young players, and that's what excites him about the team. He's like, it's a good
mesh. That's what I'm saying. That's why I said this before. When people keep talking to me like, why do you think the Wizards could be as high as a 4 or 5 seed? Because they're not just a young team. They got a great balance of vets and young players, which in any sport, that's what you want to be a championship contender. And I think the Wizards have that they have that good even blend. I'm not saying championship, but I think they're going to do way better than what people think they're going to do, in my opinion.
I think that they are going to be a really exciting team to watch this season. And Wole, you've been in there with me. You know, it's been a tough couple years.
It's rough. It's definitely rough.
But I think, to your point, I wouldn't go championship at the moment, you know, but I will go playoffs.
Oh, I think they're a playoff team. I feel confident enough to say if they're lower than in my opinion, whatever people can say, I'm like, and I'm not even a Wizards fan, so it is what it is. But this is how real I am with it. Like, if they don't grab, I think if they fall lower than the 6 seed, then they really didn't maximize their potential. That's how, unless injuries happen.
That would be the only caveat. That derails any team. Like, if injuries are a problem, yes, that will change things.
Totally. So let me ask you this. So, I mean, I know, like, in terms of, like, when they were sitting on a bench, were they, like, reacting to AJ a certain way? Like, the vets and the players. Like, what were they saying? Don't give me what they were saying, but what were they like? Were they, like, joking around with him? Or were they, like, well, they were like, ooh, this dude going. Like,
well, I'll say this. Nasty. So, the players who were there to watch are like on one side.
Got you. Okay.
And the players who are in the game are on the complete opposite side.
Okay, got you.
There was no
that closeness, no closeness. Got you.
There were certain moments. There were moments, right? Mm-hmm. So when AJ made that dunk, that bench, that whole squad stood up. Like they was like on the court. They were, they was on the court. They stood up like that got a reaction. Certain plays he made got a reaction from the Wizards players watching, standing up, like clapping, whatever the case may be. You could tell there were certain plays and they were just enjoying, like, okay. So, and AJ did say after the game, because he was asked about like what was it like having his whole teammates there, and he said there were some guys he hadn't actually met yet.
Okay, I figured.
So, but he was going to meet him after the game.
Yeah, I mean,
but they were definitely reacting to certain plays for sure. And the whole time that they were on the bench, like with each other, it was smiles and laughs, and people were not just watching and not interacting with each other. It was a lot of interaction. John Wall was there too.
I know he was. I was gonna ask. I'm sure he was. How was he? Like, what was his thoughts? Like, did he talk about AJ?
No, we didn't really talk to John. He was more vibing. Like, he went over to AD.
Yeah, I saw him with AD. Kentucky boys. I saw him with AD.
CJ McCollum. He pulled up and went over to the bench and dabbed like every single person up. And so I think, and that was something else that stood out to me, even with CJ McCollum. Now CJ's a stand-up guy.
Such a stand-up dude. Yeah,
he's a very stand-up guy. But what I noticed is like he went over like Ted Leonis, Will Dawkins, like so even though players are moving on, they still have good relationship with the Wizards front office. And I think that's something because you don't always see that, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. You're
players
right.
leave the team. Now, in this situation, I think that it was probably a favor to those players, like you did, which we needed you to do here, go on and be in a better situation.
Yeah, you helped us out to get this pick. Thank you.
Yes. You can now go.
Like you can now go now.
Yes, you can now go to this team and score.
You've done your job and prosper. Go prosper.
Yes.
I looking at I knew John. I knew John Wall would definitely be there. I was surprised that like he didn't speak to you all after the game. I mean, this is a random question. Not a random question. It kind of was LeBron there. Was LeBron there? He wasn't in summer league.
Not at that game. I'm not going to say. I don't know if I didn't see him, but I wasn't there during the time the Lakers may have played.
Oh, okay.
But he wasn't at that game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's why, not because AD and LeBron got a bond, but it just tells you that you being a vet doesn't mean like being just because it's summer league in Vegas doesn't mean everybody's going to show up. You know what I mean? So if AD showing up is a big deal to me. I guess that's where I was coming from with it.
He's not just showing up. I mean, yesterday when I saw him in practice, he was practicing.
He was that's tough.
Yeah, he was practicing.
I'm telling you, Wizard fans got to be excited, bro. AD is ready to suit up and actually play. That makes everything different, man, about this team. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be real with you. That's like if you are a Wizards fan, beat reporters have seen it like yourself because you know that the talent they have in certain positions, like, and you've seen the growth of Alex. Like I'm talking about Alex Zar. Like you see the growth of the Alex Zar, how he got so much better last season.
Yes.
If you're a Wizards fan, you should be excited about the opportunity to have AD and Zar together, and then Ayton on the bench as your backup. That is crazy in any level of basketball. That's what I'm telling you. Like. And then you got Tre Young as your point guard, and you got the first pick overall in AJ Dybantsa. Like, if
you got Tre Young with a chip on his shoulder.
Yes, that too. That's what I'm saying. If you're a Wizards fan, forget like I get all the stigma the Wizards get, which I feel like it is what it is. Folks are just too extra. But like, as a basketball fan. The talent they got, you like Wizard fans, it's time for y'all to rise up. This is exciting time. And I'm gonna say this is probably, I don't even know if this is probably the most, no, it is. It's probably the most talent-wise. It's the most talented Wizards team I've seen ever. And I'm being real. And I'm not saying as a whole.
It's deep.
Yeah.
Hey, the Wizards got a deep team if you really think about it, right?
Yeah, I mean, you went to Taj. Carita, who will be your starting five as of right now?
Oh man,
it's probably gonna be the same lineup everybody else has, though. I'm not gonna lie to you.
What do you mean?
Everybody, okay, this is what everybody's starting five. Like this is what everybody has. I'm going to be honest with you. This is what everybody has. Everyone has, except for me. So I'm the minority. I feel like I am the minority.
Okay.
Everyone has Sar, AD, AJ, Keyshawn, and Tre. I'm Tre Young. I substitute Keyshawn for Tre Johnson personally. That's what I do. That's me. But the majority of people have Keyshawn at the 2, AJ as the 2 guard, AJ as the 3, AD as the 4 because AD is the 4, and Sar as the 5.
I don't dislike either.
Mm-hmm.
It will be interesting. It will be interesting with the Keyshawn and Tre. I understand why people are saying Keyshawn, but Tre is also getting some good. Well, we'll see how Tre continues to progress in the league.
That's what I'm saying. I will see. We'll see. That's what I'm saying. We'll see. But I've said this before, and I mean this, that the reason why I'm sure it's going to happen. I'm sure. If I had to put we had the odds on it. I would say Keyshawn would be the starter, but I would say like I would say I said this before. It's the way that Tre was presented last year compared to George. That's how I look at it. It's because Tre was presented as, you know, a rookie coming in being like trying to get into a starting lineup, right? He had to worry about there was CJ on the team, there was Middleton. Like, so for him to crack the starting lineup, they weren't going to bench those dudes because one, they were trying to get rid of them. They were trying to they wouldn't have tried to trade those individuals like they did to get stuff for them. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like he was going to break the starting lineup off that alone because he's a 2 guard. He's not a point guard. So and George was already a starter. There's no reason, and you're not going to look at Tre the same way. But I've said this before. There's a reason why. There's a reason why Tre was the, I think, 6th pick overall in the draft. There's a reason why. You know what I mean? Or 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a reason why. Overall, he's a reason why. Tre Johnson. He was a lottery pick. I think it was like he was a 6th pick overall. Definitely a top 10. Yeah.
Everybody's running together.
Yeah, he was their first pick in their first pick last year, the last year's draft.
Well, so, yeah, in the first round.
6th pick.
And he was the 6th pick.
Yeah. Okay. So it's like there's a reason why he's that person. There's a reason why. So I can't wait, man. But it's a good problem to have. That's my point. I guess it's a good problem to have.
It's a very good problem to have. It'll be very interesting how Brian Keefe works these rotations.
Mm-hmm. That's gonna be it.
Yeah, this is a random thought, but when we were just talking about like all the vibes, I'm like, even Patrick Ewing, like he just became an assistant, and I've been seeing him a whole lot too.
Pat's been there. That's crazy. The Pat's there too, because I know what's name's there too. His Big John's son's there too. Thompson.
Oh, John Thompson.
Yeah, his son. Yeah. John Thompson's there. Yeah, JT3's there. JT3's there.
Yep.
Yeah, he said Tre Johnson was a consolation prize for not getting Ace Bailey. Yeah, they want Ace Bailey, but yeah, it's good. It's a good consolation prize. You know what I mean? Ace Bailey's like that too. I still like it. I'm still a big fan of Ace Bailey. Utah got a nice little once they get situated, they got a nice little thing going too. Question: with the roster being so talented and deep, who are some of the guys that are the odd men out when it comes to the rotation?
I mean, it'll be interesting to see like how Bilal's role, what happens with Bilal's role.
I know. I'm trying to figure out how much he's going to play. I think he's going to play. I just wonder how he's not going to be starting anymore, obviously. But
yeah, I mean, Cam Whitmore, I don't really know.
What's what happened to him, man?
I'm
surprised. I'm surprised. I go a lot of you, Carita. I'm surprised I saw him in summer league. I was surprised he was there.
Yeah, I know, because he's been kind of. I should have said him before Bilal, because he really strikes me as the odd man out. I mean, I think with that injury he had, not injury, I don't think it was really an injury, but he had a health issue.
Yeah.
With that health issue, and then just all the talent that they have on the team, I just really think that health issue didn't help him. And now he's kind of like, you remember he's a part of the team, but you kind of don't sometimes. And so I definitely think he's probably number one odd man out. And then I just be curious. I don't know if I would call Bilal an odd man out, but I just think that his role will probably change a bit.
Is Champagne still on the team? Champagne still on the team?
He is. He's been here too. I saw him
he's
a couple times today. True, he's another one. He is another one. And then you got Tristan Vukovic.
That's what I was going to ask you about. That's what I was going to ask you. I was trying to look up his name. I was like, okay, what is it? It's Tristan. Yeah, I was looking up all right, because I like Tristan. I don't know. Because I like Tristan. I do. I like him. I do like him.
He's a really nice guy too.
I like him, man.
He's definitely odd man out when you got
Aiden. I know when they got Aiden, I was like, ugh, you're done, buddy. Yeah, I was like, you better.
That was a good question though, because it really got me thinking. It's like, there's a couple guys.
He got one more quick.
And then they drafted Felix, who's also a center.
I know, man. They're trying to get him away. They're trying to get rid of my man Tristan on the low. It's messed up, man. I like Tristan. He be like European people are so honest. That's what I love about him.
I miss Denny Avdia. He used to be so brutally honest. Let me tell you, and I used to love it.
I'm telling you, they be so honest. I was in there for a Tristan presser. I was like, God damn, this dude is honest. Like, shoot, like he is not cutting any corners. It's a question. With them developing Riley to be a point guard, does that spell trouble for Bub, especially if they bring in a veteran point guard?
Yeah, at first, for a while, I thought Bub was going to have a bigger role, but it's starting to look like his role might be getting smaller. And I think he might be an odd man out too. I mean, it's gonna be a lot of odd men.
They so deep, man. I'm just telling you.
The more we talk about it, it's gonna be a lot of odd men out. I think Bub is he's a guy. He's someone to watch.
Yeah, I would say it's about Bub before we close the stream out, man. Like Bub to me isn't a point guard. I think Bub is more of a two guard. I think he plays better when he plays two guard. I like Bub. I actually have grown to. I mean, I like Bub a little bit his rookie year, but I liked him a lot towards the to the middle of the season. I just like that. I thought his confidence got a little better. He was making jumpers and stuff. He plays good defense too.
Personality too.
I know. I like Bub, man. I do like Bub. I like Bub. I think Bub is just more of a two guard than a point guard, in my opinion. All right, but Carita, before we end this stream, how can folks catch the great work on Double Take Sports, all your Wizards coverage, all your coverage in general, and how they can catch you on social media?
You can catch all of my coverage on doubletakesports.com. That's dbltakesports.com. Also on social media at Double Take Sports, so at DBL Take Sports. And then you can please be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. Same handle. And then you can also follow me at Carita C. Parks. And my coverage is there too. So a little bit of everywhere. But definitely make sure you follow Double Take Sports at DBL.
George has such a nice comment for you, Carita. What did George say? Good show today. Awesome that Carita is out there to see it live and report.
Thank you, George. Yes, it's been a pleasure. It's exciting times for the Wizards. Wizards fans should really be feeling good. It's not just show and tell. It's real vibes. It's real vibes.
You think the arena is going to be packed opening night? I mean, when I mean opening night, like what they do?
They want to see AJ.
Okay, all right. I'm hoping, man. I think
it's set for that debut. Okay. Now we'll see how it progresses throughout the season. But I do kind of expect that first game to be packed. I'd be very surprised if it's not.
I hope so. Anyway, man, I appreciate everybody pulling up. I appreciate Carita for being on to do this from Vegas.
Yeah,
she's a real MVP, man. Appreciate her as always. Anyway, you've been listening to the Urban Sports Scene for ages. Deuces. We are out. Peace.